stop till I get enough. I wanna live right now. Baby, I'm as young as the night. I wanna dance right now. On the floor, I feel so alive. Don't stop, turn it up. 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 Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We're going hard. Pour some more into my cup. Sparkling star. Crystal glitter all over.
Woo, come on in, come on in. Listen, I am your girl, your host, Angela A. Love Lewis, and I'm saying TGIM, baby. Thank God it's Monday. If y'all don't know Eric Thomas, he says it all the time. We're not living for the weekend, baby. We living for every weekday, and especially Monday, because it's the SheEO Center stage. Where else would you want to be? So come on in. Welcome to the broadcast tonight. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you tag some people on it. Because I'm telling you, honey, tonight we are getting some good information, baby. Some gems from the best of the best. So make sure this is a pull out your notebook and get your pen kind of night, because I'm telling y'all, the guest tonight is going to blow your mind with the information she's going to drop. But before we get there, let me just go ahead and say this broadcast has been brought to you by none other than Blue Wolf. Yes, Blue Wolf, the luxuriously smooth liqueur. Go to bluewolf7.com and check it out. And while you're doing that, let me talk to everybody who's coming on in. So welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you. If you're here tonight, I need you to know, I want you to be our most engaged person, right? So make sure you comment, make sure you give us some feedback, ask questions, because the most engaged viewer is going to get a ad spot on the We Empower Network. So we want to hear your questions, we want to see your comments, we want you to tap in and be engaged, right? But let me tell you why, because our guest tonight is none other than Coach T, TALISHA BIRDSONG. If y'all don't know her of Dream Financial, let me tell you a little something about her, right? Coach T is the founder of Dream Financial Services, where she has served as founder and CEO for 7 years. She has devoted that time to empowering and educating the minority community and helped develop strong leaders in the church and the community. During the pandemic, she made the decision to take a step in educating the community on the importance of finances and business structure. Woo, honey, I'm telling you, she's an event speaker. She does mentorship, budget and credit management, and youth leadership mentoring. Coach TALISHA Shonice, honey, is a motivational speaker, a coach, a facilitator, and again, a mentor who has won numerous awards. The SheEO District Excellence in Wealth Award, the Inner Circle Founding Member Recognition, WAMI cover feature, the top 100 women to follow. Her expertise in speaking topics, I'm telling you, TALISHA has over 7 years of experience in community advocacy, entrepreneurship, and credit education. She has assisted several consumers, business owners, and youth to reach their goals. Through T's experiences, both personal and professional, she has strategies to meet the specific needs of her audience in various cities, states, and communities. Let me tell you, she's a worldwide mentor and consumer advocate and prides herself in bridging the gap between minorities and the lack of education when it pertains to finances and generational wealth. She has assisted over 500 plus consumers into becoming first-time home buyers since 2017. TALISHA hosts various webinars, classes, and conferences to help keep the community educated on the importance of finances and healthy money management. T is a mentor to entrepreneurs around the U.S. Her signature mentorship program is Mentor Me, Coach T, focuses on developing strong and independent leaders in the community. T is recognized for her work in the community through her 501c3 tax-exempt Robbie Joe Minor Foundation, The organization helps to educate and bridge the gap in financial education in the minority community. Listen, y'all, this is a powerhouse. Help me welcome to the SheEO Center stage, Coach T. Baby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. You know, I'm always a Coach T fan because I'm telling y'all, Dream Financial. If you haven't heard about it, I'm not sure where you've been because they are all over the globe, honey, bringing people in to help you get your money right. So even though I read all of that and I know the people heard all of that, sometimes it don't sink in until we let you tell something about you. So can you share with them a little bit more in depth about this bio and
Sure.
who's
Sure. Absolutely. So, as you know, as Angela said, I am Coach T. I mean, Talisha Shanice. I have been in my industry for 7 years. And just a little background, I started in the finance industry not because it was lucrative, not because someone told me how much money I could make. I joined and I began in the finance industry because of my own self and, the experiences that I had. I was homeless, sleeping in the car with my son. He was a baby. And I remember that prayer like, God, if you could just get me out of this, I promise you, any female, any mom, any teenage mom that's in this situation, I'll do my part to make sure that I give them the education that they won't have to be in this position again. And from that moment, God gave me an assignment. So for me, this business is not just business, it's ministry. There's someone on the other side that needs the education. They need the encouragement to know that they can understand finances, that they can understand credit. And then it bridges the gap between not only, the criminal rate, it bridges the gap between, you know, relationships. It bridges the gap between confidence, because when you understand your money, when you're in position in front of your money, it creates a different level of confidence in you. So, it's a beautiful thing, especially coming in this industry from experience versus, hey, this sounds like it's going to make me some good money. And I had to believe that the money would follow. So it's a ministry, and I love every bit of it.
You know, I think that's so powerful when you say it's a ministry because it hits different. You know, when you've been there and you know how important it is to
Yeah.
go from sleeping in the car with your son to helping other people become homeowners, to help other people to, have their businesses, to change generational wealth.
Absolutely.
That is a whole different level of impacting the community. But it comes from a space of knowledge because when you know, and
Yeah.
so you have a different way of being able to see through because people, we prideful.
Mhm.
We don't want people to know some of the things, we struggle with, especially when it comes to our money,
Yeah.
So to have somebody who understands and who's been there and done that makes it a whole lot easier to say, well, girl, my credit is jacked up. I ain't got that money in there like they think I got. I'm out here flossing and bossing, but I'm really,
Yeah.
broke as a joke.
Listen.
Hey, it's a
Listen.
little easier when you can talk to somebody who can say, baby, don't worry about it. You ain't no shame in your game because I've been
Right.
there and done that.
Right.
I
Yep.
love the ministry piece of it. But I want to go first and foremost, and let's talk about because your motto is shift your mindset, shift your money. Let's talk about that. Where did that come from?
It came from, like I said, a lot of the things I do is from experience. And one of the things that I learned is being in control of everything that you do. And I learned that when you shift the way that your mind moves, you shift the way your money moves. Because if, for example, I'll give a small example for those 9 to 5 workers. Although I'm a business coach, I'm an advocate for having a job. I'm an advocate for making money, whatever way you see fit to support your family. And a lot of people, some may say, oh, you should be an entrepreneur. You should be an entrepreneur. It makes you more money. A lot of people struggle with finances. And the first thing you hear is, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. I need to make more money. And there was a moment, and that was me. Like I said, I'm real big on going by experience. I was always, I need to make more. I need to make more. I need to make more. And one day God convicted me. He was like, and if I give you more, can you handle it? Because I gave you the 6-figure business and you spent as if you've never seen money before, as if you didn't pray for this. So
Mm,
if I give you the millions that you've been praying for, can you handle, or will you fumble what you prayed for? And
mm,
so it gave me a place to say, okay, I have to shift the way this operates in order for my money to move in the direction that I wanted to move. And that's where shift your mindset, shift your money came from, because the alignment is important. And my followers that know me, they know I talk about that all the time. When you are in alignment, everything shifts and it goes in the same direction, because what your mind thinks, your heart has to feel. What your heart feels, your eyes have to see. What your eyes see, your ears have to hear. And what your ears hear, your mouth has to say. Because I can say that I'm going to be fruitful. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to be a six-figure earner. I'm going to be financially stable. But if my mouth says it and my mind and my heart doesn't believe it, they're not aligned. So it's not going to work, because you may say it, but you don't believe it. So if you don't have the belief that it'll happen, it won't happen, because your actions aren't going to change. So when you shift the way your mind moves, your mind operates, you shift the way that your money moves and the way your money operates.
Let me go on and tell y'all good night. That right there, she looked. If you didn't get all of that right there, that was worth you sitting here to hear what she had to say. Let me back up, because you said, will you fumble what you prayed for? Baby, listen, y'all better get them pens out. I'm telling y'all, catch it. And some of y'all may not catch it till tomorrow when you're on your way to work and be like, whoa, whoa, God.
Yeah.
We pray for so much. We asking God for all these things. You know, I'm talking about from husbands to $1 million to, you know, six-figure or plus businesses, all these things, nice homes, nice cars. We're asking for all these things, but how powerful is that to say that if I give it to you, will you fumble?
Yeah. And it's that serious, because we keep asking God for things. We keep, every time he turns around, we're asking, hey God, knock, 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 Lord, it's me again. That's what we see on comments all the time, especially when women are praying for husbands. But you ask yourself, whether it's finances or whether it's life, it all goes hand in hand. If I give you this, can you handle it? Or are you going to fumble the very things that you prayed for? Because if you're not, if I give you $100,000 right now, like you've been praying for in your business, like you've been praying for in your ministry, like you've been praying for in your nonprofit, do you have the capacity and the mental space to be able to handle how you're supposed to handle that money financially? Will you know where to plant so that you can harvest? Do you know where to plant the seed? Or are you going to take that seed and plant it where flesh tells you versus where spirit tells you? Because we'll pray for it. God, send me the money. And then as soon as he sends it, we forget that he sent it. We don't even say thank you. And then we go out and we spend it in flesh because we didn't pray about it. We didn't give that money an assignment before it got in our pockets or in our hands. And now we're in a situation where, like, God, you just gave me this money and it's your fault that it's gone. We have to create an accountability. God, you gave it to me, and I wasn't in a position that I was ready to receive it. And I wasn't in a position that I was ready to hold it. And so that I could make it grow. And that's one of the reasons why it's important for you to understand where you are and to not be afraid of money. And that's what it's, that's what society has taught us to be afraid of. Be afraid of credit cards, be afraid of, investment accounts. Don't make investments because only certain people can do that. No, you just have to trust that he's planted in me what I need so that I can plant the seed so I can reap the harvest. And once you do that, everything it's a lie. It goes together.
Oh, honey, listen. That's why, and for those of you who don't know Coach T, when I tell you that the people who have been in her program, the people who are connected to her, they are loyal to a fault. They know because she drops this information. And what I love is that it's not a sugarcoat. You know how sometimes you can go to people and they'll sugarcoat and try to make you feel good and all that stuff. No, sometimes you need to have a gut punch and an uppercut so you can get your thoughts together, because at the end of the day, she said, give your money an assignment. Meaning that you can't just be having money and then you all over here, all over the place doing all kind of things, and your money just looking at you like, okay, well, I'm gonna go where you say I'm gonna go, but I'm really supposed to be doing something else. But hey, if you send me over here to buy these shoes and buy this purse, I'm gonna go on and do what you said. But really, you're gonna be looking kind of crazy when you sit at the house because you ain't got no money to go and wear the shoes or take the purse.
Exactly. I don't have money. I'm struggling. And then a lot of us, we don't think about it. And your rent payment is in your closet. You got it in there right now. You have $400 and $500 pair of shoes, $400 pair of purses, $400 and $500 pairs of pants, dresses, whatever it is that you wear. And it's not, and I think that's one of the things that, it's an uncomfortable conversation, but you have it in love. A lot of the times we complain about our position, and it's not our position, it's our actions that we're taking inside of that position. Because it's not that you don't have the money to make it. It's not that you don't have the money to save. It's just that the money that you could use in those places, you didn't give it an assignment before it hit your bank account. A few days before payday what you're going to make. Why doesn't every dollar have an assignment? This amount goes to savings, this amount goes to my bills, and this amount goes to me because I worked 80 hours this week. I deserve to get my nails done. It's okay to budget that. It's okay to reward yourself, but it has to have an assignment. If it doesn't have an assignment, then it's just like you said, I'm going to go buy it because you told me to buy it. But when you give it in a strategic and a strict assignment, then I know this has to go here. I can't spend it for anything else. I can't do anything else with it. And that's what helps you grow.
I'm loving the conversation because I know that it is helping somebody. What we have to understand is that your currency can't be about flex.
That's
Period.
it.
You out here flexing for somebody else to say, "Oh, she doing the doggone thing. Oh, she living large." You're flexing, but your currency can't be about that. It has to be a point where you're getting in alignment to
Right.
sustain whatever it is you want. When you talk about generational wealth, you got to have some things in place to
Mm-hmm.
ensure that that happens. You can't break financial curses when you're still out here trying to flex and impress people who really could care less about what you're doing. So let me do this because I know that one thing I wanted to address is, of course, I follow you, Coach T. I was blessed to have her be a part of one of the book projects that we did, the audacity to be empowered.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about that, I see where you say understanding my worth has become a superpower for me. What do you mean by that?
Ooh wee. Let me tell you. Last year took a lot out of me, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And one of the things that I realized in my time of stepping away and focusing on mental health, physical health, emotional health, I learned that I was stretching myself thin because I was pouring from an empty cup. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted people to see Coach T. I wanted to help everybody. And I started devaluing myself in order to fit and please everybody. And it was uncomfortable because I learned that when you sit in a different posture, when you walk a different walk, it's not going to fit everybody's criteria.
Right.
It's not going to connect. It's just like the puzzle pieces. The end piece is not going to fit in the middle because the edges are not the same. There's a straight line on two sides, and then there's a curvy line on the inside. It's not going to fit if you turn it in any other direction. And I learned that I had to take time to really evaluate. T, why are you frustrated? Why does it feel like you're so tired all the time? And where I thought it was just me overworking, I found the root cause of it was because I was trying to meet everybody's expectations. And the more I tried to meet everybody's expectations, the more I was not meeting my own. So the same energy that I was putting into other people, I wasn't putting into me. And
Mm,
when I started and began to set boundaries in business, in my personal life, with my children, because mamas, let's be honest, we feel like we're obligated to be available 24/7, 365. Let
mm,
me be the person to tell you, call me a bad mom if you want to. This last year, it showed me something different. You have to be in a position where you say, my boundary is something small. I want to take this quiet time in the bathroom by myself. You got to go. Leave me alone. I need to take this time to pray. I need to take this time to meditate. I'm a little frustrated. I need some space. That's okay. And I was so afraid to do that with the thought of what that was going to do for everybody else. How was that going to frustrate everybody else? My everybody's problems became my problem. If
mm,
you needed help, I'm helping. If you needed an ear, I'm an ear. And I was pouring from a cup that had no substance. And I
mm,
was trying to figure out, T, why are you so tired? And God was like, you don't have nothing left to give. I showed you that a year ago. I need you to come back and to fill you up, because in order for you to do what I've called you to do and what I've assigned you to do, you have to make sure that you can pour, because you're not doing my sheep any good pouring from an empty cup because you're not giving them any substance.
Mm.
And doing that, I lost friends. I had issues with family. And I
Mm.
was so frustrated with God. Can I be honest? I was frustrated with God. Like, God, why? If this is what I'm supposed to do, why are you making it hurt so bad? And I sat outside one day and I was in tears. And he reminded me, because I needed to get you by yourself so that I can tell you what you're worth. And as soon as I tell you what you're worth, I'm going to show you that worth. Now, once I show it to you, T, I don't need you to go back to thinking that you're not worthy. I don't need you to go back to thinking that every time somebody calls, it's a requirement for you to stand and move and go. I need you to understand boundaries and how boundaries will save your life. It'll save your mental, it'll save your financial, it'll save your physical. And I had to do that. And I realized how powerful I was once I figured out, T, you're important. You matter. Your voice matters, not just from a business realm. Because if I'm honest, I feel like somebody might need to hear this. I was at a place where I felt that people saw Coach T. Nobody saw Talisha.
Mm.
And it put me in a place like, I don't want to be this business lady all the time. I
Yeah.
want somebody to see me for who I am. I want somebody to understand me for who I am, to love me for Talisha, not Coach T today. I don't want to be Coach T today. I don't want to talk to you about business at 10 o'clock at night. I want a friend. And when God showed me that the people that are supposed to be connected to you in this season will be, there's a lifetime, there's a lesson, there's two categories of people. You'll be able to identify those lifetime peoples the same way that you'll be able to identify the ones that are not. And by doing that, and I start saying no, and I start focusing on me. Self-care doesn't mean you have to spend money. You can literally go outside, ground yourself on the ground, pray, listen to your music, or even go dance in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Go dance in the mirror. And when I started doing that, my no got a little bit easier. And
Mm.
as I started doing that, I started being in control, because my confidence, it shifted. I
Wow.
got in my word. My pastor said one day, he was like, the reason why you're stressed out, you're struggling, and you're frustrated, and you're afraid. He was like, because you don't know your word. If you knew what God said in his word, you could tell him what he said, because he said that he's a God that he shall not lie. So
Mm.
if he said that he's a God that he shall not lie, what did he say? You wouldn't worry if you knew what he said, if you opened up your word. And that's what I did. And so it made me start speaking to things. Like they say, life and death is in the power of your tongue. You speak what you seek until you see what you said. And so I kept speaking the things that I wanted. I wanted whole health. I wanted a stable mind. And as I started to, really evaluate and speak those things into my life, I started to see it shift. And I realized, T, you're really powerful, because whatever it is that you want, life is in the power of your tongue, the same way death is in the power of your tongue. It's not that you speak, it's what you speak. And so I started speaking life into my own self the same way I speak life into other people. And it's created such a powerful woman in me, because I'm not afraid to say no. I
Mm.
understand that whatever it is that I desire, I know that the God that I serve can do it for me. And then I'm willing to put in the work to make it happen. So now I have a superpower, because I know what the word says. I know what God said. So guess what I'm going to do? If you tell me that I can't run this business, if you tell me that's not a good idea, I know what God said. And it made it so much better for me, because I stopped taking the opinion of others and I started using the opinion of myself. What do you
Mm.
feel? Because you sat in the closet and cried and prayed about that. What did God tell you? They weren't there. You carry a baby for 9 months. Nobody else can feel what you feel when you carry that baby. What about your blessings? It's the same. Nobody's going to understand.
Wow. Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, one of the things that I've always loved about what you've said is what you just said a moment ago. Speak what you seek until you see what you said. That to me is so powerful. Now I'm going to step off, because I want to give you some time for you to share whatever it is that you want to talk about, and then we'll come back on.
Okay.
Y'all get them pens out.
So hey y'all. I do want to first just, thank the SheEO district for allowing me to be here. As I sat and said, God, what do you want me to talk about? What position do you want me to be in? I thought about all these different business things that I could tell you all. I thought about all the different credit things that I could tell you, oh, this is how you can make your finances better. This is how you can make your life better. This is how you can make your business better. And as I prayed before coming in today, God reminded me, he was like, it's not always about the strategic steps of how to do this, but where do you stand in your mental and your physical and your personal, And what I want to share with you all is and I was sharing it a little bit before, we started. 2023 was one of the roughest years that I've faced in quite a while. And I'm gonna get through this without being emotional, because I feel like someone needs to hear it. It was very emotional for me because I lost friends. I went through a divorce. I was frustrated with my kids. I was frustrated with my family. I was frustrated with my business. I was frustrated with myself. And I was so and if I have permission to be honest, I was upset with God. I was frustrated. Like, God, I'm doing your will. I'm doing what it is you've asked me to do. I'm moving. I'm ministering to the people that I come in contact to. I'm running my business. I'm telling my clients about you. I'm showing them how to build better lives for them and their families. We're creating generational wealth. I'm putting all these single moms in home. Why do you keep putting me through all of these things? And I'm still and I'm doing what you asked me to do. Why would you do that? I was frustrated with God. And as I started to pray more, as I started to really, I had to take a step back. It wasn't so much that I made a decision, God made the decision for me. I need you by yourself for a while. And it's crazy because a lot of times we're so uncomfortable. And we already know what it is that God is already telling us. We know the people we're not supposed to be connected to. We know the things that we're not supposed to be doing. We know all of that. We know the places we're not supposed to go. We know the people we're not supposed to see. Yeah, we make the decision to do it anyway because that's just what flesh told us to do. And you got to understand that God is a God that he wants what he wants. And if it's time for if he's told you 3 and 4 times, this is what I need from you. This is what I need you to do. This is the direction that I need you to go. These are the people that I need you to stop talking to, because I know I'm not the only one that'll pray that prayer. God, if it's not intended for me, if it's not in your will, remove anything that is connected to me that should not be. We pray that prayer, God show us, and we be like, nah, God, I wasn't talking about that one. I thought you was talking about that one over there. And God's like, no, you asked me something specific and I gave you an answer, and we ignore it. And then we get frustrated when we're not comfortable. There's a lot of things that you have to want. And I learned this. And I think one of the reasons why I'm even sharing this, because this is the first time actually that I've even shared any experience about my last year. But what I will say is, even in that experience, even in going through, the things that I went through, God showed me quickly. And it took me having an open and a clear mind first for me to understand. But my money wouldn't move because my situation wasn't where he wanted me to be. My business stopped growing because I wasn't in the posture that he positioned me to be in. And after he had to put a halt to all of that. I'm gonna put a halt to business. I'm gonna put a halt to your happiness. I'm gonna put a halt to everything. It felt like, until I actually understood, where do you want me to be? What is it that you want me to do? And I started. I listen. I would literally, before I made my first 6 figures, I was praying for it, and I was praying for it, and I was praying for it. God, please give me 6 figures. I can handle it. I can do it. I want to do it. I know I can do it. And he gave me 6 figures. And when he blessed me with the 6 figures, I stopped praying like I didn't pray and ask him for it. I stopped saying, God, I thank you, because I'm making the money now. I know what I'm doing. I got this. And God had to put me in a position to say, but if you don't have it anymore, then what? And I was so frustrated. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? Why is my world feeling like it's being turned upside down? And he reminded me that in this season of your life, T, I have to literally remove everything that's distracting you so that I can hear you, so you can hear me again, because you seem to not be listening. And as soon as I kid y'all not, for that person that's trying to figure out if you hold on to that friendship, for that person who's trying to figure out, what do I do next? Talk to God first. because he will give you the answer. He'll put you in a position to say, I'm uncomfortable. Do you understand that being uncomfortable means that there's a piece of growth? It's either, it means one or two things. I'm growing and it's time for me to expand, or I'm in a position, in a place that I'm not supposed to be in, and I know that. Pray for clarity. Pray over your finances. That's the first thing, because your home is your first ministry. You have to know, you have to pray over your money, because your money has to be sown into good ground. And that's not just sown into your church. That's sown into your community. That's sown into your kids. That's sown into family. When you plant the seed and someone says, "Hey, I need to borrow $20," you're planting a seed. Are you sowing it into good ground? Did you pray about it first? And I know that's so, it sounds so crazy, and they say it's so much easier said than done. But I really want you to take a second to think about your last year and the money that you spent. How much of that money was spent on you? Things that you need, the requirements, the things that you need on an everyday basis. How much of that was spent on other people? Because you're the strong friend, you help everybody else out. How much of that was spent on things that you know you're not supposed to have, you know you're not supposed to do, things that you know that you done prayed and asked God to help you with years ago. Faith without works is dead. You can pray and ask him for it, but you got to put in the work. You got to write the vision and make it plain. If you don't write the vision and make it plain, how do you have a goal with no substance attached to it? You said you wanted to be financially free. Have you started saving? You said you wanted to be in a different situation next year. Have you planned? Did you write down your goals? If you are on this stream, and I can't see, but hopefully it convicts you the way it convicted me. If you said on January 1st that 2024 will not be like 2023, and you never wrote down a goal for 2024, how do you expect to be in a different situation in a new year with the same behavior? You cannot have $1 million vision with a minimum wage work ethic. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in the same work to match your mind. Like I said, it's an alignment thing, because what my mind says, my mouth has to say. What my mind says, my mouth has to also say. So if I'm speaking, I'm a millionaire, I can't have the mindset of a minimum wage work ethic. My hands can't move in a minimum wage position. I have to posture myself like the millionaire that I'm speaking that I'll be. I'll have to posture myself like the person that's financially free that I said that I would be. I have to posture myself to be the best mom that I can be. I have to posture myself to be the best spouse that I can be. I have to posture myself to be the best sister, the best aunt, the best cousin, the best friend. I have to put myself in a position, but I first have to get me together. And a lot of times we want people to motivate us, to pump us, to pry us, and we get frustrated with them when they tell us the real. You are already behind the world if you haven't created your goals for 2024. You're already behind. So what are you going to do? That message is not to convict, to upset anyone, but it's strictly to convict your heart to say, I really and truly want something different this year. I want my finances to look different. I want my life to look different. I want my relationships to look different. And sometimes that requires getting by yourself to figure out sometimes we the problem. I had to get to a place to say, T, you're the problem. And does that mean that, oh, I'm doing something wrong? No, I stopped praying because I had it all figured out. I stopped talking to God. I stopped telling him this is what I desire, let alone, God, I thank you. I don't want nothing today. I just want to tell you thank you. Now my kids can't talk to me until I prayed. My assignment is to get up every morning, to get in my prayer corner and to pray. Talk to God first. You tell me what today is supposed to be, instead of me trying to write a story that was already written. And we get so frustrated in our situations. We get so frustrated at where we are. We get frustrated in the situations that we're going in. But I need you all to understand this. And I need you to keep this in the back of your head. Anytime you get frustrated, especially with your finances, because that makes us really mad, right? We get real frustrated with them finances. Lord, I need more money. No, stop praying, God, give me more money. And start praying, God, give me the positioning to be able to manage the money that you currently bless me with. And then once I've gotten to a place that I can manage that well, then bless me with a little bit more. Stop praying for the monetary blessing, and start praying and asking God, give me the mentality to be able to handle those things that I'm praying for. You want to make six figures. You want to have you want a new career. You want to start the business. You want to start the nonprofit. You want the relationship. You want new friendships. You want business partnerships. God, put me in a position mentally that whatever it is that you have desire for me, whatever it is that you're going to give me, that you put me in a position to be able to handle it. And that I don't allow the things that I used to be, the things that I used to do, to impact the things that you're about to give me. Because we can pray for new friends all day, because our old friends, yeah, that was a 12-year friendship. We split our ways. But then we say, God, send me some new friends. And we still got friendship hurt from the friendship that we just let go of. So God is like, really, how am I going to give you a new friend if you're going to treat them wrong because you're still hurting by the things that your old friend did? You're going to go through some things. It's not going to be comfortable, but you have to remember, if you don't take anything else from anything else that I said, I want everyone to remember, apple trees don't grow apples for themselves. Oranges on an orange don't grow for themselves. Carrots don't grow for themselves. Cabbage doesn't grow for itself. Flowers don't grow for themselves. An apple was created on an apple tree for the apple tree to provide the fruit to the people in passing. What you're going through, what you experience, it might not even be for you. It's for someone else that is going to cross you in passing. Pray for the strength, the mentality to shift the way this moves, so that you shift the way this moves, so that you direct and posture what this feels like, so that you make sure that what comes out of this makes sense. What goes into this makes sense. What's up here makes sense, and it's in line with what you're praying for. If that's what God has assigned for you, that's important. You have to also understand that flowers can grow in any place. They can grow in the middle of a crack of concrete. They can grow in good soil. They can grow in bad soil. It all depends. But it does not grow for itself. It grows for the people in passing, for the people in passing to see how beautiful it is. Do you think a flower cares if somebody walks past him and don't say nothing? No. It's focused on self, being beautiful. Somebody gonna love me. And that's the same way we have to be for ourselves. We got to start with us. It starts here. And I've learned, and it's crazy that, this, I'm here even sharing this with you all, because I learned that it starts here. As soon as I got here straight, and it's all aligned, I started to see a shift in a positive direction. So it all starts with, where do you stand? Where are you? Are you the problem? Have you worked? Did you write down your goals? What are you doing? Before we say, hey, my mom didn't teach me this. My parents didn't teach me this. My dad didn't teach me this. My grandmother, my grandfather didn't teach me this. We grown now. So our parents didn't teach us financial literacy. Our parents didn't teach us, a lot of business things that we need either. But we are adults. We can make a change and actually start learning and educating ourselves so that we can create better futures for our children. What are you going to do with that? That's what's really important. And I hope that blessed somebody. I don't know where or why, but what I will say is, who needed to hear it will. And what's most important from anything, prepare yourself. When you pray, when you start preparing your finances, when you start preparing your budget, pray over it first. If you get paid on Friday, by Wednesday what you gonna get paid. Give it an assignment. Do something different when you want to see something different. That's where it starts. Yes, there's strategic plans to everything, but that's what's going to be important. Where do you start? Write the vision, make it plain. Thank you all.
I really don't even know why they brought me back on here, Chad. In the broadcast, throw the microphone out. Miss Charmaine, hey, thank you so much for joining us. I know you just got on. Good morning, where you are. This was so rich. When I tell you that, that information alone is going to shift something for somebody. If you want something different, you have to do something different.
Yeah,
If you're praying about it, you got to put yourself in alignment so that when you get it, you're a good steward over it.
absolutely.
It doesn't matter. Like, we got Talisha Shonice is here to talk about Dream Financial is her thing. But what she gave you is so much better than anything she could have told us about Dream Financial. That's powerful what you shared. I was gonna go into the BOI for the LLCs and all that, but y'all just gonna have to catch her later. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna give you your contact information. If you need to have that broke down, y'all follow up with her later on that. Because this right here, I needed to marinate.
Yeah.
Because if we don't get this right, we won't have a BOI to file
Hello world.
by 2025. If that mindset is not right, if
Right.
your ability to not get past the things that have happened in your life in order to enjoy what is.
Yeah. Yeah.
If what you're asking for, what's coming out of your mouth is always negativity and what you can't do and what you want to put that hate on somebody else because you're not happy with where you are. If you do those things, then what comes back to you is not going to be what you're asking for,
Right.
what you say you're asking for.
Right.
I'm
And you
so
know
grateful.
what you said, that makes so much sense. You said earlier, we flaunt. We want to rob Peter to pay Paul for people that is in the same situation we in. I can literally go rent a car right now, go to somebody's open house, put some heels on, paint the bottom of my heels red to say I got some red bottoms on, take a picture, and look like I made $1 million overnight. We're trying to flaunt because we haven't addressed this. So now our money is going in places to please people that don't care.
They
They
do
don't care. So now we're in a position where we're lacking because we're making decisions because we haven't addressed this. We
not.
haven't addressed this. Why do I keep feeling I have to do that? Why
Mhm.
do I feel like I have to be in a position where I got to show somebody that I got this and I got to show somebody that I got that? I stopped doing that because what you have to understand is you're going to put yourself in a position where we're flaunting and we're talking too much. Be quiet because the same people, you got to understand, the same way a snake can wrap itself around you and start squeezing, it feels just like a hug that a friend will give you.
Mm.
Can you decipher and determine the difference between a snake squeezing you until they sucking you dry and your friend supporting you and holding you when you fall? We talk too much and we get upset with God and give him, we get so mad like, God, why would you let this happen to me? And God's like, wait a minute, I gave it to you. You got on social media and showed the world before I was ready for you to. I birthed it in you, and then you told the world before you allowed me to. Come on now. When we find out we're pregnant, we let it marinate a little bit, and then we tell our family and friends. Why? I had to make sure that this thing is gonna be what God said it would be first. Am I going to be able to keep and conceive this child? And then we tell our family. So we're not getting everybody hopes up. Why don't we do that in business? Why don't we do that in our finances? Why does it have to be a broadcast? Why do I feel that I need to do that? And you have to understand that the same people you think are applauding you are praying on your downfall. You wondering why you're not getting anywhere. It's because we haven't fixed this. And we're talking too much and opening up. We're doing the enemy's job for him.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hand you what God gave me so that you can go ahead and disrupt it. Be quiet. My blessings came from silence. Quiet. Sometimes you don't gotta say everything. Everybody's not praying for you, you know?
Be mindful, because y'all know that in the English language, there's pray that you think
Come
you're
on.
telling people to do for you. And as they say they're praying for you, it may not be the pray, it may be the prey.
Yep.
Hey, that right there is a wrap up. I saw where let's see, Shanisha said, I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm so glad I stayed. Good stuff.
Yeah.
This is great stuff, T. Beyond what I thought people probably even was thinking they were going to hear about. You know, you talking about taxes and how to do this and how to get your credit straight and all those things. But until your heart and your mind are
That's it.
not are okay, to where when you make these decisions, you're not doing it for anyone other than the glory of God.
That's
If
it.
it can't happen for that, because when you think about millionaires,
Mm.
people who are truly successful, they're not out here trying to drive Bentleys and all of those things.
Come on.
Press people, baby. They might be in a Toyota Camry, baby, pulling up
This
at
is
the
what
red light
happens, though.
beside you, looking at you like, hey, what's up? And
Yep.
you think, oh, they don't have anything. And baby, they sitting there with how multiple zeros in their bank account.
Great
They,
great
and
grandchildren of
they've
that.
already bypassed it. They don't feel the need to show you
Yep.
out of how they drive to make you think that there's somebody important. Because
Hmm.
when they need to go and make a business transaction, they got what it takes to make it happen. We got
Exactly.
to shift how we look at success.
Yep.
We have to shift how we do things. But let me go on and finish this up, because we are running out of time. So Kelly A. Barnes, make sure that we go ahead and put her back in rotation, because she needs to come back in so we can get this conversation even more in depth. But when we talk about being on the SheEO Center stage, visibility, how important is that for your business?
It's very important because word of mouth it's so much more than an ad. To know that people appreciate your business and what you do enough to tell other people about it, or to say, hey, come tell us about your business. It's important. Even and it conquers fears. You know, everybody doesn't want to get on the camera and talk about their business, but it builds confidence. It lets one lets you know how well you're really doing, and it also lets other people know. Because I would, let's be honest, if you got a restaurant, if you go, if I say, hey, go to Chick-fil-A, it's really, really good, you're gonna be like, you know. But if I say, man, I went to Chick-fil-A, this is what I got, it tasted really, really good, and I'm gonna go back, you're probably going to go look and see about Chick-fil-A, right? So it's the same. I want people to tell the world about me and how beneficial I was, what I can do, how I can help you. I want them to tell my kids at my funeral, your mama changed my life. She
Mhm.
saved my life. She helped my finances. And it's important. Everybody should do it, especially entrepreneurs. You know, get your business out there. Have good customer service. Honor people. Show respect. Treat them like they're a customer and not just a sale. The problem is we treat people like a sale and we don't treat them like a seed. So you have to. It's a requirement. I think that it's one of this, right. This platform itself is amazing because it gives women an opportunity to do something different, to get uncomfortable, to let other women know that support and are willing to do whatever to make sure that you're successful, to let them know you exist. How can you be successful if nobody knows you're here?
Mm.
So I really love just this entire opportunity in the platform that you've put for women to be able to broadcast their businesses and share their expertise and just get out of their comfort zone, do something different. I really love it. I really do.
Honey, when I tell you, we are so glad that you are here. And again, let's just talk about Center Stage. We do bring people who are business owners, the opportunity to tell people who you are. Because, like she said, if they don't know, then they can't come and do business with you. If you make the best cakes and nobody knows that, then they're out here buying substandard cakes. They're out here, thinking they just get mediocrity, and they're thinking, oh, girl, this is good, but they don't know you out here making cakes better than Anybody,
Now.
you got to get onto the SheEO Center stage or get on a platform that's going to help you to put yourself out there. The SheEO Center stage, I'm telling you, I want you to join me on Monday nights, but go to the SheEOdistrict.com so that you can connect, fill out the form so that I can be talking to you on a Monday night. Now, also, let me tell you about We Shine Media. We Shine Media, we are out here helping people to get empowered through your voice, through writing books, through getting on networks where you can showcase your shows and be a thought leader where people can hear more about you. Tap into We Shine Media Solutions so that you can be the person who is out here making a difference with everyone, right? But again, on that platform is We Empower Nation. That is a place where we have the We Empower Nation and We Empower Network with shows like The Power Up or Uniquely Gorgeous, opportunities for you to get empowered with your day from different hosts who are here to help you in just a variety of places. So make sure you get connected with We Empower Nation and We Empower Network. But on that is the Empowered Morning Show. If you have not heard of the Queens of Empowerment on the Empowered Morning Show, we come on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, we are here to bring the power back into your mornings. So make sure you check us out. And let me tell you, please be here this Friday because we have none other than the Kelly A. Bowens as a guest host on with us this Friday, February the 2nd. So make sure you tune in again, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then right behind us is our girl, Reverend Pat. Reverend Pat comes on and she is at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and she is bringing that word to you, breaking it down, helping you to get that information, honey, that will change your life and change your day. And then, of course, Hype Me Up Fridays with the Hype Me Up Queen, Keisha K. Marie Spencer. Y'all know Keisha brings it Fridays, 1 p.m. right here on the SheEO District. Make sure you tap in and tune in so Keisha can hype you up, right? But also, we have the SheEO Tribe membership registration going on right now. It is open for the SheEO 100 campaign. And let's talk about the passport program. This at this time for the membership, honey, it is unlimited. That is the word. So we're going to check out this video real quick.
Everyone loves a good scavenger hunt, right? Imagine having an interactive scavenger hunt style program doubling as a business roadmap, which leads to you checking all the boxes needed for your business to lay a solid structure. A structure which leads to profitability and scalability by default. Our passport program is made up of various tasks which align with our 4-layered platform of health, business, wealth, and social. Each task is assigned a value point. As tasks are completed, members will add our signature SheEO lips to their passport book, which will be included in your welcome packet mailed at registration. At the completion of level 1, the passport program will not only allow your business to be profitable, but in position to scale. Also at completion, you will have checked all the necessary boxes for grant qualifications and funding, and you're ready for level 2, where the real fun begins.
The SheEO Passport Program, I'm telling you, go to SheEOtribe.com and get registered to be a part of the SheEO District, right? And now let's also talk about SheEO Cares. That's just another program that SheEO offers with the Hope Line for prayer and mental health requests. Make sure you go to SheEOHopeline.com. If you are experiencing some things and you need someone to talk to, these amazingly beautiful ladies will be there to help you with whatever your needs are, to help you through a difficult time, a challenging time, whatever that looks like. Make sure you tap in. And then, of course, this is a brand new No Greater Love event. No Greater Love Night of Worship presented by SheEO Cares. It's coming up this Thursday, February the 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So not this week, next week, February the 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's no greater love. It is a night of worship, and SheEO Cares is doing their thing. And then, of course, The brunch is coming up on Saturday, February the 3rd. So if you're not ready for the SheEO Reset Brunch, you need to get ready, because the facilitator is Paula Haddon. Honey, Paula is the GOAT of all time. And let me tell y'all this, they are focusing on some great things for you. Developing a relentless business mindset, business development strategizing, one-on-one 2024 business mapping, and then a group think tank of like minds. You need to be at the brunch on the 3rd at 12 p.m. Saturday, February 3rd. Make sure you get there. I'm telling y'all, Paula will help change your whole business mindset so that you can start being productive in business, right? And then, of course, if y'all haven't heard, the Atlanta Black Expo, oh my God, it is happening on Saturday, February the 10th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It is the place to be for all wonderful Black businesses. Show up for the Atlanta Black Expo, because the SheEO will be there as an exhibitor. So if you have not got your tickets, go to atlblackexpo.com, and I'm telling you how good it is. You can use SheEO as your discount code to get some money off of your ticket. It doesn't get any better than that. And then, of course, you got to meet us for SheEO Unplugged Meetup. The meetup is going to be in Fort Lauderdale, yes, July the 18th through the 21st. So it's a mental health meetup to help you unplug. And I'm telling you, if you're about your business, you know you got to have some time to not only work hard, but play hard. So registration is open for that. Make sure for any information that you need with regards to events or Tribe membership, go to the SheEOdistrict.com so that you can find that information. All right. So, Talisha, we have said so much. You have given them such a great foundation of things to think about and how to get themselves straight. Because even if you do pray for the 6 figures or the 7 figures, if your heart is not right, if your mind is not right, then you're not going to really be able to maximize it. So, y'all, Dream Financial is her business, her company. What she does, and she does well. If you need to reach out to her, can you please let them know how they can contact you?
Absolutely. You can actually contact me on Facebook, of course, which is Talisha Shanice, as well as Instagram. You can go to my website if you're interested in tax preparation services, any financial literacy classes that I may host, as well as credit services that can be found on my website, which is www.dream, F as in Frank, S as in Sam, INC.com. Or you can simply email me, which is t@dreamfsinc.com.
Yes, honey, make sure y'all get that information and reach out. I'm telling y'all, having a professional who knows what you've been through and can share her wealth of information. And then she already talking about mindset. She's going to get you together, get your heart right, get your mind right, and your money right. Oh, you can't beat that. And let me tell you, her upcoming event, Millionaire Mindset Brunch. T, can you share just a little bit about when that is and what that's about?
Yes, absolutely. So I will be a speaker for the Millionaire Mindset Brunch, and I'm going to be speaking about the same topic. When you shift your mindset, you shift your money. And I will be speaking with entrepreneurs. And we're going to talk about, one, we're going to network. We're going to meet new people. We're going to learn strategies for building our businesses, building our mindset, and shifting our lives. So if you're in the Greensboro, North Carolina area, or if you want to be in the Greensboro, North Carolina area from April 27th, from 11 to 4 p.m., please come be my guest. I would love to have you. I wish I had my discount code, because I definitely have one. But I'll definitely make sure, if you're following me on social media, I'll make sure that I have that posted for you all if you would like to attend.
Greensboro, North Carolina is the place to be. So make sure you guys connect with Coach T. Follow her so you know where she's going to be at and when she's going to be dropping that information. Now, earlier in the broadcast, I told you the most engaged viewer was going to get a little something, right? So drum roll, please. Our most engaged guest is Shanisha Gant. Yes. Oh, I'm super excited to have her be a part of this. Shanisha, we will reach out to you and connect and let you know how to cash in on your ad for the We Empower Network. So we are super excited to connect with you on that. And then, of course, let me just let y'all know it's so good up in here, right? But even good things take a break, right? So we're going to be on break for the next 2 weeks, but coming back on February the 12th, our special guest is going to be none other than Dr. Carolyn Stevens. Yes, she is a media mogul and the CEO of Black House Collaborations LLC, and she's a family and clinical therapist with global empowerment. So make sure y'all tune in on February the 12th, because this is going to be another amazing guest giving us great information. So what does DJ Khaled said? And another one, right? It's going to be another one coming. So I'm all about that. Talisha, we have got to go, but what do you want to share with everybody before we leave?
Just remember, apple trees don't make apples for itself. It makes it for the people in past, and everything that you're going through, it's not for you. It's for you to continue to position yourself for somebody that's going to come behind you that needs it. So stay blessed. I love each and every single one of you, and I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we're excited to have you. Thank you so much. For those of you who came on late, catch the replays. For some of us, myself included, I'm going to watch it multiple times, because the gems that she dropped, keep watching it until it sinks into your spirit, because you got to see change. So again, thank you so much. Follow her with Dream Financial, Talisha Shonice. Make sure you connect with her, because I promise you, following her is sowing into good ground. So thank you so much for being here. Everybody, have a great night. We will see you. Don't forget, we're on break for 2 weeks, but we'll be back February the 12th, and we'll see you then. Good night. Hey, it's your girl Angela A. Love Lewis here to talk to you about the SheEO Center Stage. It's 2024, and it's time to get this business, our brands, our products and services out to the masses. And the best way to increase that visibility is to get with your girl on the SheEO Center Stage, so that we can tell people who you are and what you do. I love it because you have you know how they always talk about the avatar. You know who your audience is. You understand that when you step out and become a full-time entrepreneur, it's no different than what you look at a NBA player or an NFL player, because they study their craft.
Pay attention to your smoke. Pay attention to your shisha. Pay attention to all those things, because that is really going to give you a good drop. So as you can see how I blew, if it doesn't look like that, you got to make some adjustments. All right. So just make sure you're focusing, you are paying attention to those levels. And if you have me there, you don't have to worry about that, because I do that for you.
All you got to do is go to the SheEOdistrict.com, go to programs, and then go to Center Stage, so that you can register, so that you can be out front, letting the people know who you are, what you do, and how your business can make an impact and a difference in their lives. Listen, we are out here going to get this bag for 2024, and I want to see you on Monday nights at the SheEO Center Stage. So go ahead and register. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great night.